struggling from mental illness connected to the isolation of the pandemic.
The COVID-19 pandemic has taken away many things for most people across the nation, affecting physical and mental health. We've had to social distance to reduce the spread. That act alone can make us feel isolated and lonely and create stress. There's been boredom, confusion, and anger.
A person is already suffering from depression and being like restricted in a house or whatever, yeah, that can bring on some trauma and some more depression.
The capital city has been plagued with gun violence, breaking homicide numbers the past 2 years. The pandemic seemingly increased the percentage of gun-related crimes.
The crime rate in Jackson has increased, definitely, and I encounter a lot of the family members of those victims.
Officer Anthony Johnson is a part of the crisis intervention team at the Jackson Police Department. He and other crisis intervention officers are called in to assess individuals who may be suffering from a mental illness, mental fatigue, or even substance abuse. They then help determine where that person should be taken. That could be anywhere from a psychiatric facility to a holding facility or jail.
An individual who doesn't understand mental health will hurt them more than they will hurt you.
CIT Program Coordinator Dr. Tiffany Anderson works alongside law enforcement and first responders. The more time spent feeling mentally weary during the pandemic or any other time can lead to serious stress-related issues.
We know a lot of people in the community who have mental health conditions. They see police before they see a provider.
It's not against the law to have a mental illness.
But there are news reports across the country of isolation pushing a spike in homicide and assaults.
Crisis usually starts with a conflict, and if that conflict is not resolved, then it escalates.
Central Mississippi Health Services licensed clinical social worker Shanika Kreisler counsels victims of gun violence in the capital city.
I was speaking with a lady the other day, and she was able to tell me what number homicide her son was in 2020.
First responders work with mental health specialists from across the metro due to the CIT program to help get people the help that they need, no matter the situation.
The person committed a criminal act. It's not saying they're not going to be charged. We're going to deal with the mental health issue first, and if need be, then the charges will arise after that individual gets the help that they need.
Grayson Gordon, 16 WAPT News.
Multiple agencies send their officers through crisis intervention training. The Jackson Police Department has 20 CIT officers spread out between their 4 precincts.